All right, I'm back. I chose to create a crazy thumbnail for this one just because, man, reliving this show, I thought I was going crazy. Because I thought I was going crazy watching it, to be honest. Like, I couldn't believe this stuff was happening. I'm like, where did you get these writers, if you can call them that? Like, they're not very good at their jobs. Like, and no editors either. Do you not have editors? So we're back with Tala at the beginning of episode 4. Tala and Obi-Wan. He's in back to tank. And okay, some people are complaining. We get a lot of scenes with back to tanks in the series, but people are getting injured. This is the way they healed. But still, when you some of the characters have like what should be fatal wounds, they just come right back, and you don't even see them in a back to tank. Like the Grand Inquisitor and Reva, both. Uh, the fans try this. Um, they try to justify like his coming back, like, oh, he's got two stomachs, but you know, um, even if you get run through with a lightsaber, you're gonna have some damage besides just your stomach. It's going through his spinal column, so he's gonna need a whole new spine, and I'm sure it's hitting some other vital organs depending on the angle. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you don't just walk away from that like right away, if at all, and especially not if you're a human. Like, sure, we don't know exactly everything about his anatomy, but we know about our anatomy. You get run through with something, you're probably not going to survive, even if it gets cauterized. Like, you're burning your insides. Like, how does it? How does it make any sense for her to just be walking around after that? Anyways, another thing that makes no sense. Obi-Wan was like he was lying almost face down in fire. Okay. He was on fire. He should have been engulfed in flames, but it's like the fire was barely even touching him the whole time. It's like the writers don't know how fire works, or even the director. She doesn't know. Um, and I thought she was a when I watched The Mandalorian, I thought she was a good director because the action was good. Um, I know she wasn't doing the writing. That was Favreau and Filoni, right? I don't. And who's doing the writing in this one? Joby something. Yeah, some people I've never heard of, like that have barely done anything. You look at the credits, and there's just like maybe three things on there. So yeah, they should have for sure hired somebody that cared about this project, you know that cared about the characters, cared about the continuity. But we didn't get that. Like, this could have been great, but it wasn't. So Obi-Wan's barely got any scars on him from being in this fire. Uh, they got him in the tank. He's having these flashes, of everything that we've seen already from the prequels, and then Reva telling him, he's alive, and everything that Vader said too, like, the years have made you weak. You should have killed me when you had the chance. And Tala's like, don't, because he's struggling. He's trying to get out the tank. You're still not healed. Your burns, your body, they just need time. And he's like, where? We're on Jabim. You're safe now. And immediately he's like, where's Leia? Forget about Luke. Like, we don't care about him, right? Just Leia. Where's Leia? Like, Luke could be, like I said, dead in a ditch right now. He doesn't care. You can't keep me here. My father's Bail Organa. So we cut to Leia, and she's saying that to the kidnappers, the Inquisitor. I am a princess of Alderaan. You have no rights here, princess. The Empire doesn't take kindly to Jedi sympathizers. See, by this point, like, Vader and everybody should know that the Organas are Jedi sympathizers, and they should At the least have like stormtroopers guarding them at all times, or spies, in their royal court. But no, we'll just let them continue on what they're doing. She's like, he will come for me. And Reva tells him, Obi-Wan is dead. Nobody's coming for you. Cut to Roken, the leader of this little cell of rebels, played by Ice Cube's son. I've seen some YouTubers calling him Crushed Ice. I might call him that. It's pretty funny. He's like, he shouldn't be here. And Tyler's like, I know you're upset, but I mean it. Get him on the first transport out of here. Too many people are looking for you. And it's like, okay, but like, aren't all these Jedi being hunted by the Empire? How is Obi-Wan any different? Like, uh, I mean, Vader's been hunting them down and killing them for years now. How is Obi-Wan any different from any of the other Jedi? You know, besides being a general, we all know that he was a general, but it's like they're all primary targets. Like they're all public enemy number one. Like you even have a flash a hint of force sensitivity. You're marked for death. It's like you'll put us all in danger. Kenobi's like, hey, I need your help. So does every kid making a rock float from here to Coruscant? He says, it's like, what? Okay, then you should be trying to help them then. You know, if a force user needs your help, then you help them. That's the point of the path, right? Or is it not? Kenobi says, someone very important to me has been taken. I need your help to get her back. General, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem. So he knows Kenobi was a general. Like, it's like, how much more does he know, about the Clone Wars and stuff? I wish that were true. He says, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem. It's like, but this is the whole point of the path, is to help these people that are being hunted. And then Tala says she knows everything. Leia knows everything. It's like, what? When did you tell her all this? Why would you tell her all this? She says she knows everything, where we are, what we're doing. This is another point where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You're just contriving some way, some reason to make these people go rescue her when you don't even need to. Like, it should be enough that it's just a girl that's been kidnapped, the daughter of a senator that's been kidnapped. Like, someone needs to do something, right? Roken, if she finds us, we need to prepare an evacuation. And he's like, I can't shut it down. Everything runs out of here. Another mistake. Why would you run? See, this, I don't know if this is still supposed to be like the early formation of the rebellion, because if everything runs out of one little base, like you're fucked. Because as soon as the Empire discovers it, then everything's shut down. Like you can't just start again. That's why when we're in the original trilogy, they're running around from base to base. They don't just keep all their eggs in one basket. They got things moving, hopping all over the place. That's why in Return of the Jedi, everybody comes together and it's this huge fucking army that takes on the Empire. You got all these different cells working. You got Saul Guerrero working with his cell. Like, sure, they're kind of they turn out to be kind of zealots, but they're still working against the Empire. And Obi-Wan pleads with him to help us to get her back. I can't lose her. You've no idea what the Empire is capable of. Roken sighs. I had a wife once. I knew exactly what she was before we got married. We tried to hide it, and the Inquisitors found her anyway. So I know exactly what the Empire can do. So then he just flips. So like he just changes his mind all of a sudden. Look, if you want my help, you got it. It's like, then why are we? If you were gonna help anyway, why make this big show of saying no? Like, oh, we can't help you. No, you're too high High target, man. How to target. So yeah, that's another thing where I was like, wait, why? Okay. Because we needed him to change his mind, we just had him change his mind. We didn't come up with a logical solution, a logical explanation or anything. Yeah, he just changed his mind because he did. Nerd. It's a water moon. We got this off the grid while it was being built. It's all we have. It's in the Mustafar system. So they find out that's Vader's. It's in Vader's system, Mustafar. Some people complain that Vader built this castle on Mustafar. I thought it was badass in Rogue One when I discovered that this was on Mustafar. I was like, whoa, nice. Okay, so he just like decided to put his base of operations on the place where he actually became Darth Vader, essentially. Like he got all his limbs chopped off. It's where he, I guess, he felt the most pain, probably. And I know the Sith used their pain to fuel their power in the dark side. So that made sense to me that he would build that fortress there. Cause and yeah, is Vader there? We don't think so. Our intel shows that he's still on his ship, but he's close. So how do they have this intel that he's on his ship? That's also not explained. Like, how would you? Like, do you have a spy in his inner circle? If so, how have they not been discovered yet? Because Vader could sense, deception, right? So that's it. Fortress Inquisitorius. And apparently this place shows up in the Jedi Fallen Order game. I haven't played all the way through it. Kind of got stuck. So, I'm not very good at these kind of games. The puzzles you got to figure out. Okay, so this guy talking now is Wade. He's like, that's it. Fortress Inquisitorius. It's impenetrable, Wade. How far down do you think it goes? I have no idea. It's their base of operations, so probably just got a command center, a training facility. Truth is, nobody knows what it looks like in there. I don't see any shields. That's because no one would be stupid enough to attack them. Also makes no sense. Okay. You're saying this place is, I don't know, scary? So nobody would be stupid enough to attack it? Then, if you don't have any shields, somebody could attack it, right? They wouldn't have to be stupid, right? That would actually be smart to attack it if it has no shields. Be an easy target. Does it have any cannons? I'm thinking at this point. Does it have like ships around there? And you find out that there are no cannons and there are ships, but they don't deploy them in the episode while the shit's going down. Oh, we could take those speeders, go in at night. You have some teas in the hangar. It's suicide. We need to find a way inside. Yeah, well, we're not soldiers. Those speeders are for hauling sewage. Um, so they're trying to retcon these snow speeders as being sewage speeders. Like that's stupid. Fuck you, Disney. and Obi-Wan, like this dialogue, it doesn't string together like naturally. It's like it's like there were a couple of rewrites and they just like threw the dialogue together and said, "Okay, we'll have we'll have him say this after he says this," even though the one has nothing to do with the other. Like, yeah, well, we're not soldiers. Those speeders are for hauling sewage. She's 10 years old, Kenobi said. I'm thinking, wait, why would he just say that? Like, that's not even what they were talking about. I won't leave her there. I'll go on my own. So he says, "You can barely stand. You're not getting in there. I'll go with him." Well, I have officer clearance, Tala says. I can get you inside and I can get you access. Is your cover still intact? Yes, we'll find out soon enough. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the Empire. Any lapse in security, they would know, like, by now. It's been a little while. Okay. Even if the systems are, like, far away from each other, they would know, because the Empire is that organized. Like, they're all about order, and they label the rebels as these chaotic terrorists, and that's one of the main things that attracts people to the Empire is their sense of order and justice, what they claim to be justice. Is your cover still intact? So he says, is your cover still intact? She says, we'll find out soon enough. We're wasting time. Get the ship fueled and ready. I'll be all right. Your body is not the only thing that needs to heal, Ben. The past is a hard thing to forget. Yeah, like he wouldn't know this, being a Jedi Master and all. You just need time, that's all. Some things can't be forgotten. You care about Leia? Then you're gonna have to try. We're almost there. Cut to Reva. We intercepted a transmission on Balnab last year. A bunch of talk of a secret network, a path. We thought it was a lie. But a safe house like the one you were in has been found in 2 systems. I need to find out where they are, Leia. So she's sitting there interrogating Leia, like she's going to know everything about this path, this secret underground network that's been fostering Jedi and helping them escape places. How? And I think Leia asks, how did he die? He burned to death on a Mapuzo. The people I'm looking for left him there to die. If you tell me where the path is, you can go home to your family. This can all be over. And she just said, I don't know anything about the path. Well, let's think a little bit harder, shall we? So, end of that scene. We already know Tala said that Leia knows everything. Do we know why? No. Do we know how much she knows? No. We know that Reva can just extract information from somebody's mind. We've seen her do it, even though she didn't use it on Owen when she could have. So Tala and Kenobi. Well, no, Tala by herself rolls up on this place. The guard asks for identification. Says no admittance without clearance. And she's like, I have officer class C. Is there a problem? This isn't your sector. I can't let you through. And you are? So she starts the whole Karen thing when like I don't even need to speak to your manager. You're just gonna do what I say, right? I'm the lead security on this level. Then I'm your commanding officer, and you will address me as sir. So this guy doesn't get clearance from his actual commanding officer that's on site. He just lets her through. Yeah, she's like, perhaps I should just inform the Grand Inquisitor of your insolence. I'm here with classified intelligence. Do you know what classified means? Like he wouldn't, right? She's just being petulant at this point. Then why am I wasting my breath on you? I'm just rolling my eyes at this point. I'm like, oh my god, there's no security on this fucking place at all. Remember in Return of the Jedi how they had to get fucking clearance codes just to get on the moon of Endor where the shield was? Like, sure, the codes were old, but Vader sensed immediately that something was up. That's why he let them go. He let them go. There was still security in the Empire, And when they had to, in the first Star Wars, when they had to escape from the Death Star, also just let them go. They did waste a couple of TIE fighters on them just to make it look good, but at the same time, they just let them go. They could have just blew them away, but they wanted the location of the rebel base. See, that's strategy. And they're trying to say in this episode that Vader got that from Reva. You'll see that. So immediately she's let in. She's like, all right, I'm inside the system. Here we go. Ben, I'm overriding an entry port. Should be right ahead of you. And she's sitting at this console with a little calm to her face, like in front of other fucking Imperials, so they can see what she's doing. Like she's just leaning forward, whispering. It's like, no, nothing fishy about this, nothing sketchy about this. Then we cut to Obi-Wan. He's getting into the bottom of the fortress where there's the place is surrounded by water, so he's infiltrating. Apparently, Cal Kestis did this in the Jedi Fallen Order game too, the same way. All right, then Leia's still with Reva, being interrogated. She's just like, "Is this a staring contest?" I get you trying to give some levity to the episode, but it's still Leia's not. I don't know. Even as a child, I don't think she would talk to an inquisitor like this. Like she's not that stupid. Reva's like, "You're strong. The braver you seem, the more afraid you are. I learned that at a very young age as well." And then she picks up the droid. I had a droid when I was younger too. It was taken from me, like everything else. God, look at this place. Okay, so that was the end of that scene. But we're thinking, okay, I'm thinking at this point, why is she holding this droid? Okay, this droid's going to be important to the plot somehow, right? There's got to be a reason it's in her hand. So then Kenobi's like, what are they keeping down there? Where is she? And Tala says, detention areas in a secure sector. Just keep heading north. Seeker droid comes. I see it. Looks like they're everywhere. You'll need to. This isn't your station. Somebody interrupts her. Let me see some identification. Come with me. It's like, well, why are you just taking her out back there into that dark, shadowy corner where you can get jumped? And it's in the same area, so these people would be able to hear the grunting, and the thudding, and Obi-Wan's still in the comm saying, "Tala, can you hear me?" So someone would be able to hear that. Tala. Storm. Okay, so stormtroopers are in Kenobi's area. One of them said, "This place gives me the creeps. Hopefully, we won't be stationed here long." Ben, did you hear that over there? Let's go. What happened? I had some company. So she knocks the guy out. Just gets away with it. Just leaves him there, by the way, in full view of anybody that walks by. It's been taken care of. I know what it's like being alone. Kenobi is gone. The people you're trying to protect, they are not coming for you. That's taught. Reva still poking at Leia, trying to get her to break. The only person that can save you now, Leia, is you. Tell me where they are. We're all on the same side here. These people, they'll leave you too, to die, okay? Okay, Leia says, I'll tell you where they are. I just don't want anyone to get hurt. I give you my word. I'll have to tell my father first, she said, but that's okay, right? You said we're on the same side. Nice try, princess. I hope you like pain. When she says that, I'm like, okay, they're not redeeming her, because I had heard rumors that she was going to be redeemed at the end. Like there were these leaks that came out that said, okay, Reva, while acting evil the whole time, is actually trying to get back at Vader, and she actually has an opportunity to kill Luke and doesn't. So the whole original trilogy happens because of her. Reva is the hero of Star Wars. I'm thinking, man, that'd be stupid to do that shit. Uh, so I'll never tell you where they are. Then it's time to make those tears real. Let go of me. Then we cut back to Tala and Obi-Wan on the comm. Ben, where are you? I think I just found the secure sector. Let go, help, somebody help me, please. What are you doing to me? Let go, let me out. Somebody help, please. Ben, what is it? I think I've just found out what they're hiding down here. This place isn't a fortress. It's a tomb. You're gonna tell me what I want to know. So, oh, okay, yeah. This whole time they're cutting back and forth between, you know, Riva and the stormtroopers dragging Leia into the interrogation place, while Obi-Wan uh, stumbles across this hallway full of, I don't know if they're dead Jedi or just in stasis, but they're in some kind of amber encasement, like all around the hall. And Riva's like, the same. You are going to tell me what I want to know. What are you doing to me? The same thing I do to anyone who doesn't embrace the Empire. This is your last chance, Leia. So she's about to torture her. Right? We've seen her chop off a woman's hand. We've seen her hang a Jedi. Right? And there's countless other things I'm sure she's done. She mentioned that they've done worse things, and now she's prepared to torture a child. Says your choice is made. The machine powers up, and that's when uh, Obi-Wan says, "Tala, I need a distraction." Why? What's up? Just do it now. Somebody please help. I'm sorry, Leia, I really am. You did this to yourself. Okay, so maybe she has some kind of regret here, but she's still going through with it. Leia's like, what are you doing to me? Please help, somebody help. And then somebody interrupts the interrogation before it can begin. He's like, I was told it cannot wait. Sorry to intrude. I understand that you're leading the hunt for the network they call the Path. Yeah. Tala meets with Riva. She says, I was stationed on Mapuzo when the hunt began. Ranking officer. Qualifications for discharge. They're on Florum. The network runs out of the Surtar sector. They use the salvage business to launder goods, render new identities, and fly the Jedi out. I found evidence before the escape. Impressive. We need to direct all resources there immediately and take the network out at its root. Riva's like, oh, unless, of course, you're lying. Oh, dramatic pause. We cut back to stormtroopers. There's no way out. Stand where you are. You're alive. They told me you were dead. I didn't tell them anything. I know. Come with me. I'm going to get you help. It makes sense the Path would have people among us eyes. What does not make sense is how an old man and a little girl escaped an Imperial checkpoint on your planet. Exactly! They would have gotten wise to this before this point, and like put this woman's fucking face on the hollows. You know, she would be a wanted person right now because she went missing when her platoon was wiped out. So obviously, we know who the common denominator was in this situation. And she ends up here where the girl's being held. Okay, nothing sketchy about that, right? Yeah, they escaped an Imperial checkpoint on your planet unless they had help. I will not have my integrity questioned, Tala says. Then admit you're a spy. Of course I am. I spent 2 years undercover trying to find out where they were hidden. When Kenobi came, they panicked and I got inside. You expect me to believe this? Look, I couldn't tell anybody. If they found out, I would have been killed. Look, I promise you, he's on floor. Reva's, I do like a good liar. I don't know if you're lying to me or for me, but we'll see. Take her to interrogation. If the debriefing confirms it, then it's him. Alarm blares. It's him. Tyler, we're in the open. Everything starts going down. But at this point, I'm like, well, again, if Riva is on their side and wants Vader like taken down, why is she letting the troopers take Tala to interrogation? To torture her. Why doesn't she just say, like, I don't know, take her to a dark corner and say, take this, give her something to get away, or I don't know. It's like none of it makes sense. Why is she trying to interrogate Leia and find this path if all she wants to do is take out Vader? Is get revenge on Vader? Like she seems so intent on pleasing Vader, at this point. Like, let's take it down all these Jedi, not just Kenobi. When at first she seemed just intent on getting Kenobi. Again, what is her motivation? You keep switching them. So the fight breaks out. Kenobi comes in, saves Leia from stormtroopers. It's kind of a badass scene. It goes black, and so we just see his saber cutting into people. You know, so it's Obi-Wan actually being a badass for a little bit. That was cool. But then something really stupid happens. They're in this. They get to this hallway where it's just water surrounding it. It's like one of those underground like water parks almost. Where it's like a glass hallway with just water around. One of the stormtroopers accidentally shoots the glass, so now it's crackling. And Obi-Wan, instead of running like right away, all of them running, he uses the Force to try and keep the water back, to try and keep the glass together and keep the water back. It's like, how many thousands of tons of pressure is this? Jesus. This guy's got his power back like right away. When, okay, in this transcript, it doesn't even show it, but before he even got on the planet, he was trying to move this lug nut or something across a desk and couldn't even do it with the Force. And now all of a sudden he's like OP, holding back thousands of pounds of pressure. It's like, where did that come from, man? How did you get your mojo back so fast? So he's straining, trying to keep that glass together. Tyler's like, this won't hold for long. Put this on this way. I want the base shut down now. Oh, okay, yeah. We cut to the fifth brother. He's like, I want the base shut down now. Third sister will suffer for this. This is her doing. Reva is ranting, a traitor, a child, and an old man. Was it worth it? Betraying everything you are. This was never who I was. It's never who I was, she says. Oh, yeah. And they skip there's a whole part where after they get out of this hallway with the water's crashing in, then Obi-Wan gets this big trench coat and hides Leia under it, and they walk past some stormtroopers and nobody fucking notices. I was laughing. I was like, what the hell is this? It's like Spaceballs, man. And that's parody of this. Like, I don't see this lump in his coat or the two extra legs walking alongside his legs. It's like the only person that notices is Reva, because Reva's the bestest. Oh. So then the stormtroopers start shooting. They don't hit anything, of course. Dramatic music playing. Reva grunting. Come on, get in, get in, get in. Sully and Wade get there. The two snow speeders. They're not sewage speeders. Fuck that. They're snow speeders. Wade's like, I got you, Sully. Just go. Wade, leave her. Come on. All right, I'm on my way. Fifth brother's like, destroy them. All right, I'm right behind you. Wade. Yeah, Wade gets killed. R.I.P. Wade. Heartfelt. We all felt bad when Wade died. We'll never forget it. This guy was, man, a true hero. He got so much screen time. We got to know him so well. So much character development, man. Shit. They hold more of a funeral for Wade than they did for Han Solo. You know that? Or Luke Skywalker, for that meaning. For that matter. So then Vader busts in. Don't know where the fuck he was. He had his thumb up his ass somewhere. I don't know. He was on his ship for so long. It was like, how long did it take him to get there? Man, it seemed like they were there a while. So he busts in and starts choking Reva. He's like, "You were warned what defeat would bring." She's groaning. "Oh no! I will tolerate your weakness no longer." And she's like, "I let them go." I'm like, "Wait, what? Oh no, really? All of that, and she planned to let them go? How does that make sense? What the fuck?" She's like, "I put a tracker on their ship. Soon the location of the network in Kenobi will be ours." And I'm thinking, okay, he's still gonna snap her neck though, right? But no, he's like, "It seems I have underestimated you." "But my lord, the base was almost destroyed," somebody says. Which is a good point. She's still fucked up, man. The base is trashed. And he's like, "Kenobi is all that matters. There can be no mistakes. You're certain the tracker is with him?" "Yes, my lord." "Where he goes, it will follow." And then we cut to Kenobi now, and they're like, "Where's Wade?" "Guess they're soldiers now, after all." The little droid Lola beeps, and the eyes turn red. It's like, could it be more obvious that this thing's gone evil? Like, I know they just stuck that in there to let the children and the simple people know that, oh, okay, this is an evil droid now. It's working for the Empire. It's tracking them. And as we find out in the next episode, it actually sabotages them. It's like, wow, what did you put? Okay, it's a restraining bolt, but it also like makes it evil. How? What? What? How? What? That's never been a thing before, but okay. Like not even in the novels. I don't think. Anyway, moving on from episode 4. That was a dumpster fire. I was like, man, could 5 be any worse? Shit. But man, they had some stupid stuff happen in 5 too. Like, come on. And these episodes aren't even that long. It's just like a lot of stupid shit happens in them. Like 30 minutes. I think the longest was like 47 minutes. I'm not sure. That might be with credits though. All right. Find my place. Yeah, we get the flashback scene at the beginning. And the flashbacks are kind of going to be interwoven throughout this episode. Well, it's really just one scene. They just keep cutting back to it. It's Anakin and Obi-Wan sparring. This is the time before episode 2. Anakin still has both his limbs, still has the braid and everything. He's like, "Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you weren't coming, Master." So these scenes, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I know they didn't de-age Hayden, and I didn't really care. I thought it was good to see him back as Anakin like that. Obi-Wan too. I wish we'd had gotten more of that dynamic, because that I thought was going to be the main focus of the show. But no, it's been Obi-Wan tagging along with Leia, and it's the young Leia adventures, young Leia and Reva adventures with Obi-Wan as a guest star, pretty much. Then let's begin. Okay, and then they're about to start fighting, and we cut back to the captain telling Vader, "My lord, the third sister is here." So we're on Mustafar at Vader's castle. "It is my great honor to be invited aboard, Lord Vader." "I am not interested in civilities." "Where is he?" "The tracker worked. He's arriving on Jabim as we speak." "You have done well. Kneel, Grand Inquisitor." "Set a course, Captain. We leave for Jabim at once." We got her. So they get back to the rebel base, Obi-Wan and them, and they're like, "We got her! Yay!" Everybody cheers. Haja, what are you doing here? So the guy that was pretending to be a Jedi, he's just showing up at this base randomly, no explanation. He's just like, I had nowhere else to go. Right after I saw you, I got into a fight with that scary lady, Inquisitor. Now I'm wanted by the Empire. But now I know what it feels like being a real Jedi. He laughs. It's not easy. This place is a good business opportunity, though. I'm just like, okay, they just wanted him in the show some more, so they're like, we'll just throw him in there. Like, try to write it off. It's like now I'm wanted by the Empire, but wouldn't you have been though if you were pretending to be a Jedi and helping people get off planet? Like, you probably still would have been wanted by the Empire. Roken, that transport. I need to get her back to Alderaan. So apparently they have. I don't know if in this scene they tell you that they have two transports. Let's see. Once we get all these people out of here, I'll do whatever you want. They've been waiting for months. We used an old trade route to get them out, but the window's closing. We needed to help you get the kid. We only have a few hours. It's going to be all right. The path will protect us. We'll do whatever we can to help. All right. Let's hurry it up. Get ready for dust off. Leave anything you don't need. Okay, so we know they have one transport at least. My lord, we're approaching Jabin. Lock down the facility. If we seal them in now, they can hold up. Oh wait, no, this is in this transcript it doesn't tell you who's talking when, so I'm having to guess. But I'm remembering a lot of these scenes as I read them. Reva, see, that's a problem with the show too. It's not very memorable. Like you might remember all the mistakes and the goofs, but the plot is so ridiculous that it's I don't know. It's easy to write off. Reva tells them if we seal them in now, they can hold out for days. Okay, so we're thinking, okay, this is gonna last a while, right? If we cannot break them, it is not them we need to break, Vader says. So obviously he's talking about Kenobi, right? The light will fade, but it's never forgotten. What's happening? The controls aren't responding. Okay, so they've arrived at the base. The Imperial Star Destroyer arrives in orbit above them. Like, she must have tracked us. It's not her, it's Vader. He wants us to surrender, Tala says. If we surrender, he'll kill us all. He'll attack next. He hasn't the patience for a siege, Obi-Wan says. How do you know? And then we cut back to another flashback. So okay. At this point, I'm like, okay, they're gonna tie in the fight, the flashback scene with what's going on now somehow. Like Anakin's too aggressive. You know, you grow too aggressive, Anakin. Be mindful. A Jedi's goal is to defend life, not take it. Mercy doesn't defeat an enemy, Master, which is why you're going to lose. They fight some more, and Vader's like, launch the attack. Okay, so he's on the attack. Okay, just like in the flashback. I know you're scared. Okay, Obi-Wan gives a speech, which I don't think is very rousing to the troops. He's like, I understand you're scared. The Empire will attack soon. They're stronger than us, better equipped, better trained. If we try and fight them, we will not survive. So it tells them point blank, we will not survive. But we do not need to fight them. We just need to hold them off long enough to get you all out. So hold them off. That means fight them, right? He said you do not need to fight them, but you need to hold them off somehow. How are you going to hold them off? Fighting, right? Roken, how much time do you need to override the doors? See, the doors won't open now because they don't know, but the little droid went in there and fucked up the door, so now it's closed. He says 3-4 hours, and Kenobi tells him you have one. Like, dude, I just told you how long it's gonna take. It's gonna take 3 or 4 hours. Like, I can't just shave down the time. That's not how that works. Like, block every other remote access. Everyone else, we're gonna lock down every other entrance in this facility. If we defend our position together, then by the time they get inside, we'll be gone. You heard him. Let's move it. People, let's go. So they all bustle to their little jobs. Seal all the doors. Stormtroopers are massing outside. They're not lined up in a very orderly kind of line. Kind of helter skelter. Man positions. Attack. Lock it in. Full load. Full power. Fire. Line them up. They got a heavy gun on the blast door. They're trying to blast through the outside door. Roken, we need the hangar door. We need the hangar roof open. Gears are straining. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That was underwhelming. I don't need your opinion. Did you try going in the vents to see what's going on? I'm a little too big to be crawling around in the vents. Okay, why would they? I've wanted this come up in other shows before. It's like, why would they put these access ports and these maintenance tunnels? Why would they make them so small? Why? Hey, do you want a freaking cat to go in there and work on the wires for you? You need to make them big enough for a human to fit through. Which this hole that Leia does go in is actually big enough for a human to fit through. That a grown human, skinny maybe, but still a grown human could fit through it. He's like, and she's just like, I'm going to need a ladder. At this point, I'm like, oh my god, we need something for her to do, so we'll just get her to do this shit. It's not playtime right now, princess. And Kenobi's just like, do as she asks. You trust her? I trust her. Get her the ladder. Get her a ladder, quick! Run away! Leia, be careful. Haja, will you keep your eye on her? Kenobi asks Haja, I'm not a babysitter, Ben. I have to go. His device starts beeping. And then, okay, Ben, Kenobi picks up this communicator, and it's Bail Organa. And this is another part where I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? They're destroying his character now. He's like, I know we said no communication, but your silence worries me. But that was the point of no communication, being silent. Was it not? And Bale's like, if he's found you, if he's learned of the children, if I don't hear from you soon, I'll head to Tatooine. Owen will need help with the boy. I pray you're safe, Obi-Wan, both of you. Is everything... Like, what? He's giving all the information out in this one communication. It's like, what are you doing, man? Do they not have something like Morse code, some shit at least? You gonna just lay everything out to bear in this one message? All the information that someone needs to find out that there's something going on Tatooine with these children. It's like, he mentions children. He mentions Tatooine. The boy. Owen. He names Owen. And Reva knows Owen because she looked him in the face. So we know at this point that she's going to come across this message somehow and find out everything. Tala starts giving her little backstory, and at this point I'm like, okay, she's going to sacrifice herself because they're giving her some backstory. I was following orders on Gorel. The Empire said it was a roundup. People not paying their way, taxes for the cause. They lied. There were 4 families, all Force sensitive, and we gathered them up. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what the Inquisitors would do. 14 people died, and 6 of them were children. And I couldn't do anything to help them, so now I do this. One for everyone I get through. You're right, Ben. Some things you can't forget, but you can fight to make them better. Roken comes in. We're in trouble. Explosions. Man says, here, got enough rounds? I don't know how long it's going to hold. We got a plan B here. We're going to have to slow them down. And then Kenobi says, tell the Inquisitor I want to talk. She started this when she kidnapped Leia. I'll buy as much time as I can. Okay, and then a trooper comes. He's requesting to negotiate. So why did they just not communicate through the comms? Somehow they're communicating through this blast door that's who knows how thick. Well, we do find out how thick it is in just a little bit, but but people are saying they were using the Force. I don't know. It didn't seem like they were when I watched it. Maybe they were, but still, that's also never been a thing really to just communicate through the Force like that. Um, I don't know. She's like, if this is you stalling for time, it won't work. Lord Vader will have you at any cost. And he's like, you mean Anakin? You knew who Vader was. Back on Daiyu, how did you know that? Vader would have kept that hidden, and you're too young to have known him. Unless you were there. It doesn't matter where I was. The night of Order 66, you were a youngling. That's how you knew. You saw him. Stop! Anakin killed the others. That's enough. He killed the other younglings, but somehow enough, enough. Yeah, how the fuck did she survive, by the way? She does say, we thought he was there to help us. I tried to help them, but I couldn't. I was too weak. When he left, I played dead. Hid with the bodies, felt them go cold. They were the only family I knew. Okay, so when he left, I played dead. But wouldn't he have seen you? Like, they do show a flashback of him looking at her, and it looks like he fucking stabs her through the middle. So she would be dead. Okay, a little girl that age would be dead. But she says, I played dead, hid with the bodies, felt them go cold. They were the only family I knew, and he slaughtered them. And wouldn't Vader have sensed her be alive? Like he probably would have sensed any Force sensitives still alive when he left the temple, right? I mean, right? So Kenobi's like, you're not serving him, are you? You're hunting him. Let me help you. She's like, why would I ever trust you? I don't know. He was the General Kenobi. He was the Jedi Master Kenobi. That was like a beacon of light in the Jedi Order for years. He's just been in hiding because the Jedi Order was destroyed. Why would you trust him? You're an idiot, lady. He says, because we want the same thing. Do we, Obi-Wan? Do you really want Anakin dead? Where were you while he was killing my friends? It's like, bitch, he was on Utapau fighting General Grievous, ending the Clone Wars. You were so stupid. Like, he didn't know that Anakin had turned to the dark side until he came back. She's like, he was your Padawan. Why didn't you stop him? Like I just said, he didn't know. Why didn't you save us? He didn't know. Him and Yoda showed up back up to the temple to take down some fucking clone troopers. That was badass, by the way. Once they learned what had happened. But shit, by then it was too late. Most of the Jedi were dead by then. She's like, I don't need your help. I don't need anyone. Yay. The strong female character. We gotta make her say that. He's like, you won't stop him alone. You have no idea what I've done alone, she says. I'm like, oh, man. Her lightsaber comes out. So, all this time, the damn turbo laser's been shooting at the door, and it has barely done anything. When she could have just cracked out her lightsaber and put a hole in the fucking wall, which she does now. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Like, fall back to second position. Let's go. Don't let them pass. So the stormtroopers are about to come in. All squads forward. Into the breach. Fire. And of course, they don't know how to shoot at people. Like, they have these people in, they're fish in a barrel. They could just, if they lined up and then, had some people kneeling, some people standing above them and just lined up around the damn doorway and shot just full barrage, they would have killed everybody instantly, cut them down. But they don't do that. because they're stormtroopers and we have to make them stupid, right? Reva's like, Squad 8, advance, take cover! Flank left, take them down, go, go! So Kenobi's just like running with these people. He's not, he's not at the rear, trying to defend them. He's kind of in the middle, which the old Kenobi, he would have been at the front of the line, just like defending everybody, trying to save as many lives as he could. Roken's like, retreat, everyone get back. Tala says, run for your lives, go, 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 go. And Reva's just, after them. Leia, we gotta hurry. Are you listening to me? I feel like you're not listening to me. That's Haja talking to Leia while she's still in the fucking vent. Would you stop talking? She says. He said it was a red breaker. Red. I know what he said. Because Leia's got to be, this petulant child that doesn't listen to anybody. She just knows the best. Tala, go, 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 retreat. Got you. Block the tunnel. Tala. No. Obi-Wan looks back and sees Tala get shot. The loader droid's there. He gets shot. And he kneels down in front of Tala, takes a bunch of blaster fire. And she says, may the force be with you. And then she takes out a thermal detonator, which she had the whole time and could have used, and just sets it off. Doesn't throw it, just sets it off right in her own face. So she probably could have killed more stormtroopers if she'd thrown it, but she doesn't. So whatever. Hodge's like, Leia, are you close? Working on it. She's been in this fucking vent the whole time, this whole episode. Just like in that last episode. No, not the last. The one before that. She was in the tunnel the whole time. And then by the end, Reva just showed up in front of her. Hodge's like, she's working on it. Vader says, the Grand Inquisitor has breached the walls. We shall have him soon. Tell her to stand down. Captain's like, my lord, Kenobi is already ours. There's no way out, master. Admit you are beaten. Oh yeah, that's the flashback they cut back to. He's like, there's no way out, master. Admit you're beaten. So we know Kenobi's just gonna get the upper hand on Anakin somehow in that flashback scene. So maybe he'll get the upper hand on him in the present day scene. Roken senses something up with Kenobi's like, what's wrong? And so, it's over. I'm going back. You can't quit. I fought for too long. You can't just throw that away. It won't make a difference. They want all of us. Vader wants me. If you surrender, she died for nothing. He'll keep coming. That's why I have to stop him. You're going to fight him? He expects me to surrender. He knows I'll do everything I can to protect these people. Which, yeah, that's bullshit, because that whole scene in the episode before last, when Vader just walks into that camp and starts killing people, and Kenobi does nothing. Yeah, right. I'll do everything I can to protect these people. He just watches. You'll be on your own. No. Haja, look out for her, will you? You want to tell me how you're going to fight without a weapon? There are other ways to fight, he says. And I feel like that's the writers trying to make a callback to episode 4, but what Kenobi did not mean that you find another way to fight. He meant there are alternatives to fighting. That's what he said. Like, you can get out of a situation by avoiding fighting somehow. And it seems like they thought they were saying the same thing, but they're not. Stormtroopers like, seize him. Come on, where is it? Inform Lord Vader. Kenobi is ours. So Reva has Kenobi. He just gave himself up. She's like, he's on his way. You're going to die soon. So at this point, it still seems like she wants Kenobi dead because she's telling her, "You're gonna die soon." "You're not bringing him to me," Kenobi says. "I'm bringing him to you. This isn't over yet. There are families back there, children. Are you gonna let him do it again? What he did to you? We could end this together. What makes you think he won't see it coming?" "Because all he'll see is me." Okay, so at this point, okay, Kenobi kind of makes a deal with her, like, I'll draw him out. You kill him. Okay, which makes, which actually doesn't even happen. Like the stormtroopers drag Kenobi inside, so Vader doesn't even see Kenobi when he comes in. Like he goes to the ship and sees the ship, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, we cut back to the flashback. Anakin gets rid of he knocks Obi-Wan's lightsaber out of his hand. "Your weapon's gone. It's over." Obi-Wan's like, "Your need for victory, Anakin, it blinds you." But he just beat him. Like that was the whole point of the sparring exercise. You defeat your opponent. uh, where is he? "I have him secured inside, my lord. I will bring him in myself," Vader says. It's like, why would you not just have him out in the open? Like, Vader couldn't sense something sketchy about this in the first place because he was outside with all these troopers surrounding him. Like, that would have made more sense than bring him inside with two troopers guarding him. uh, and okay, Leia finally notices the droid inside there. "Lola, what are you doing in here? Lola, stop, stop!" "A restraining bolt?" She just takes it off. She's like, "Much better." So the droid's back to normal right away. Like, got it. And then she takes out like a screwdriver or some shit, puts it in the little machine, and right away the fucking door comes on. It opens. Yay! How she knew how to fix the thing, who knows? Like, there was no indication that she was at all like, uh, she couldn't fix her own little droid. She had to have Obi-Wan fix it, but she knows how to fix this door. Like, that makes no sense. Sully's like, "All right, everybody, run! Come on, let's go! Everything's all set. Leia, well done. Where's Tala?" Just like they asked, "Where's Wade?" "You already know, bitch." "He did. Help who you can. Let's go. Let's get to the transport, people. Move, move. Let's go. Come on. We need to get to the transport." Cut to Vader. He comes out, sees the transport taking off, and he fucking stops it midair. Just like the video games, which have never been canon. It's just something cool to do in the video, just like grab ships out of the air. You never see it in the movies, but now all of a sudden we're seeing it live action. It's like, okay, why wouldn't Vader have employed this kind of power when he was chasing the Falcon? Like, he could have just grabbed that out of the sky, right? When the Star Destroyer was chasing the Falcon. And back to the flashback. "You're a great warrior, Anakin, but your need to prove yourself is your undoing. Until you overcome it, a Padawan you will still be." Vader, see, like, after he takes the ship down and tears apart the doors, it's like, wait, there's nobody in here. Like, and then sees another transport take off. So they had this second transport the whole time. But earlier on in the episode, when Obi-Wan gets there and tells Roken, like, I need to get Leia to Alderaan, and Roken tells him, like, well, this is the only this is the only way mean of getting out that we have. If everybody could have fit on that one transport, then Obi-Wan for sure could have used that other transport to get to Alderaan, right? Or no? No, I guess not. We were just saving that, or we just came up with this at the end of the episode. Like, there's actually two transports there. right? There's not just one, there's two. Yeah. And for some reason, the rebels knew that Vader would grab their ship in midair and just toss it aside. So they used a decoy one. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, they gotta have some kind of foresight, to know that it's gonna happen. Uh, so Vader turns around. Reva's there. He's like, he was wise to use you against me. She goes, instead of walking up to Vader, just with her lightsaber turned off, and turning it on, just to have the blade go through him, she turns it on before she even gets, you know, in his proximity. So he knows she's coming. So very stupid on her part to begin with. So they start fighting. Well, he's more toying with her at this point because she is nowhere near on his power level, especially this version of Vader. It's way OP. So he's just using the Force to like knock her lightsaber back, knock her back. And then he's like, "Did you really believe I did not see it, youngling? You are of no further use." She fucking he fucking stabs her through the middle. So I'm thinking, okay, she's dead now, right? Like he didn't choke her out in the last episode like I thought he would, break her neck, but he's gonna fucking kill her this time, right? And at one point, he actually had both sides of her saber. She's got a double bladed lightsaber, so he had both of them in hand and crossed, at her neck. And I thought he was going to cut her head off like he did Dooku. Like I was thinking, oh, nice. Didn't do it. I was, I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. Then the Grand Inquisitor shows up. He's alive. He's fine. It's all good. There's not even a scar on him. Nothing. It's like revenge. Hello, third sister. It's like out of a soap opera when the villain just comes back. Like all fine. Stefano from Days of Our Lives, he came back. I don't know how many times, just fine. Revenge does wonders for the will to live, don't you think? Your rage was useful. Now it is tiresome. We will leave you where we found you, in the gutter where you belong. Goodbye, Grand Inquisitor. So okay, both of them know if you got somebody like um eviscerated near death, they can still come back from that. Anakin came back from that. The Grand Inquisitor came back from that. Hell, Maul came back from that. Which they might be aware that Maul's still out there at this point. I'm not sure. Crimson Dawn was around. Yeah, probably. Palpatine, like, he got electrocuted to high hell. He's still alive. But no, we'll leave her. We'll leave her just with this wound in her stomach that we saw the other guy get the same fucking wound and live. She'll die though, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll just leave her. So the hyperdrive is down, and they've got the Star Destroyer chasing them. Kenobi senses something's wrong. And it's Bale's message. It's Haja dropped the fucking communication device on the ground, and Reva finds it, of course, when she's on the ground, and she hears it. Bale saying, "If he's found you, if he's learned of the children, I'll head to Tatooine. Owen, help the boy." So she hears Owen, boy, Tatooine. He's learned of the children. Okay, so she knows somehow that some children that Owen's protecting have something to do with maybe Vader. But she doesn't know that that's Vader's son. Like, none of that is communicated in this message. How does she reach the conclusion that going after this child will somehow destroy Vader. You know, will make him, compromised. So Rogan's like, "Are you okay?" Um, Obi-Wan just says, "Oh, I'm sure it's nothing." And then, bam, end of episode. I'm like, man, what the fuck did I just watch? That was crazy. Like they're doing the most, man, to try and destroy canon. Like they're gonna make uh like none of this should have happened. None of this should have ever happened. I'm thinking at this point, like all these rumors about them remaking the original trilogy might be true if they're going this route. Like Reva's a character that never should have existed, and that's got nothing to do with her race. It's just like all that she knows and her, you know, inconsistent motives and everything. Nothing jives, right? So we cut to Tatooine again. We don't get there enough. See, if I think if they hadn't gone to Tatooine and Mandalorian, like Lucasfilm might have been up to using Tatooine more in this series. They just didn't want them to be too much alike, and that's why they wanted to go off planet in this series. I think it was a big no, big mistake. So Riva is uh, she's wearing a hood. She's like being incognito because everybody's gonna recognize her if she's got doesn't have the hood up because of all the shit she's done there. Um, this water, the guy that was like Kenobi's boss, where he was cutting meat, is like getting water or something. She's like, I have something to say. Wait your turn. You can have what's left when I'm done. And she says, I'm looking for a farmer named Owen. So then we cut to Darth Vader in his ship saying, increase firepower. At once, Lord Vader, the officer says. I'm just like, why are you guys not using TIE fighters or the tractor beam that these Star Destroyers have? Hyperdrive's almost ready. Move all power to the rear shields. We'll head for Tessin. Get you out from there. Explosions. So this so this transport keeps getting hit, like, and there's near misses, all over. The and the ship's just barely like listing from side to side, like like these Star Destroyer turbo laser cannon guys cannot aim for shit. We're not gonna make it to Tessin, are we? Motivator's shot. Power couplings are bad. I'm working on it, but those shields won't last forever. How much time do you need? More than we have. So they all know they're about to fucking die. The woman's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Lola beeps. They're scared. She keeps their mind off of it. Maybe I should borrow her too. Obi-Wan says. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. He's so scared. He needs an emotional support droid. We need a new belt for the speeder. Somebody who broke the last one. Okay, yeah, we cut to Tatooine again. It's Owen and Luke. They're getting a new belt for the speeder. Something you need to know. No, wait. You can't just leave me here. I'm the one that Vader wants. If I go, he will go. He will follow. See, Obi-Wan does the same thing he did in the last episode, where he's like, you just leave me here. I'm the one that Vader wants. If I go, he will follow. I'm the one he wants. Leia's like, I'm not letting you go, Leia, please. Wait, what happened to all of us staying together? Roken needs more time to fix the ship. This will give him that time. You spent 10 years protecting the Jedi. This is my chance to return that favor. But we're so close. Roken, you know this plan makes sense. No, we need you. It'll buy you the time you need. You must get these people out of here. Yeah, and I love how Roken at first was saying, "Well, we don't have enough time to fix the ship," and then he's like, "No, we'll fix the ship. We'll fix it." And he entrusts Leia with Haja, who has shown throughout the series that he's not really trustworthy. Like, yeah, although I have the word of a liar and a fake Jedi, I know the word of a liar and a fake Jedi may not mean much to you. Obi-Wan's just like, it's good enough for me. It's like, okay, all right. I mean, one of his friends was like kind of a, I don't know if Dexter Jester was a crook. He seemed to be kind of on the outs of society, like the darker side, like the underworld, I guess. But whatever. And Obi-Wan seemed to be at home in the bars and stuff. But anyways, come on inside. I don't know he was here. Yeah, yeah. The Owen and Baru are back at the homestead. Like, how did she know he was here? Like, Owen found out that Reva was coming. It's like, I don't know. All I know is she's coming. Yeah, okay, yeah. Someone that Reva talked to in the town told Owen that Reva was coming for him. So I don't know. All I know is she's coming. Ben is gone. Whose fault is that? It's like, it wasn't Owen's fault. Ben left. Ben left because fucking Bail Organa couldn't do his job and called him away from Tatooine to save Leia. It wasn't Owen's fault. And Owen's been doing everything right. Owen's like, we need to leave, Baru. See, he's got a good head on his shoulder. He's wanting to fucking leave, which is the sensible thing to do in this situation. You got an Inquisitor coming after you, and none of you can use the Force or use a lightsaber. It's like, we need to take Luke and hide somewhere. Where? In the desert? She said. So Baru at this point, they're assassinating her character too. They gotta make her this assertive woman that's like that that can't listen to the man. Like they can't like even though the man's more sensible in this situation. But we know this is gonna turn out right because both of them survive. We know that they're alive in A New Hope. She's like, I'm not leaving my home. At least here we have a chance. If we stay, we'd need help, he says. I'm not putting anyone else in danger, Owen. We're enough. I'm thinking, what? You want to die, bitch? You want all three of you are gonna die if you fight this fucking crazy ass. Uh, then Baru goes and gets some shotgun blasters out of a little storage container. I'm thinking, wait, wouldn't Owen be the one like looking after these? Like he would have a contingency plan, right, for something? Because he's always been the one having to go out and fight Tusken Raiders when they're raiding the fucking farms, just like his dad before him. That's how his dad got his leg chopped off. Because Tusken Raiders are always causing problems. That's why they would have blasters somewhere. But it's in this scene, it makes it seem like Owen didn't even know they had blasters there. Like she just stashed them. Like, so they get in position. They're not in like very strategic positions. They're right next to each other when they could have set up a crossfire to take her out. Like that would have been the best thing. And just so I could Leia really I do. Please tell your father I tried. I have something for you. Yeah, Obi-Wan talks to Leia. You said you'd take me home. I wish that I could, Leia. Really, I do. Please tell your father I tried. I have something for you. Roken found it before we got out. She would have wanted you to have it. It's empty. Well, I wasn't going to give you a blaster, Leia. Yeah, he gives her a holster for a blaster. It's like, okay, okay. Very strange thing to give a 10-year-old, but all right. Maybe it was the only thing he could salvage from Tala's death. I don't know. He's like, you're 10 years old, but you won't always be. come back, please. I promise, he says. I have to face him, Master. So he's trying to communicate with Qui-Gon one last time. Whether he dies or I do, this ends today. Roken says, are you ready? Dropship's all set. You don't have to do this, We can still fix the drive. I'm like, wait, okay, they have a dropship? What? So they could have split up at any time, but they're just going all in this one ship and letting the Star Destroyer chase them like that? Like when they could all just get killed at any time? Why not? Why did they not use the dropship before? And this dropship comes out of the ship, and it's pretty big. Like I'm wondering how could they fit all these people in there and fit this ship at the same time because of where it's positioned, in the ship. He's like, we can still fix the drive. That's when I'm like, okay, you just said like it would take a long time. And these people are chasing you. Yeah, I don't seem all that concerned about the chase. When all this is going on, I'm like, the Empire fucking sucks in this show. At least in Rogue One, they were kind of intimidating. The Death Troopers, they were taking people out. And this, they can't aim for shit. It's about you and him. Yeah, you want to do it. It's about you and him. Just keep them safe. Keep yourself safe too, Roken. There are not many leaders left. People follow you. Don't stop. I'm just getting started, he said. He's smiling. I'm thinking, oh, he's getting a spin-off show. He's getting a spin-off show. Yeah! Woohoo! R.I.P. Wade. Gone too soon. He should have got a spin-off fucking movie. Wade, a Star Wars story. In theaters this fall. Okay. Vader's captain says, we're tracking an escape craft. There's one life form aboard. That's him. My lord, we must continue our pursuit of the insurgents. Send out TIE fighters. I'm thinking, here's the tractor beam. Now's our chance to wipe out this network in its entirety. We cannot prioritize one lone Jedi. He is not just any Jedi. Follow Kenobi. At once, Lord Vader. Dramatic music plays. Beru's like, come on. Now, Luke, I need you to listen to me. Yeah, Beru's the one giving the orders, being the leader here. Telling him, come on. I noticed that. Yeah, Owen's like, the Tuscans are on the hunt again. They're raiding farms along their way, so stay in here. Yeah, so why wouldn't he have those blasters at the ready at all times? If anything goes wrong, you know what to do. You run. Not afraid, Luke says. And this is supposed to be a callback. Okay, to episode 5. When he says, I'm not afraid, and Yoda says, you will be. You will be. I'm like, okay, that's all they're doing now in this show is just callbacks. Callbacks! Yeah! Nostalgia bait. Owen says, I know. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. Dramatic music plays. Darth Vader says, prepare my ship. I'll face him alone. They go down to this planet. It's like a rock planet. I don't know. Like a lot of canyons, rock formations. I'm wailing. Okay, so the Reva breaches the perimeter of the homestead. So we're gonna cut in between these two scenes with Reva, with Beru and Owen having a boss fight with an Inquisitor. And they hold their own, by the way. When like just a few years later, they get massacred by fucking stormtroopers who can't shoot. Yeah, that makes sense. So Reva comes in. That's the perimeter. She's here. It's time. And I'm wondering, if Luke sees a lightsaber, this is gonna really fuck up canon. I'm surprised they didn't actually just do it, like, have him see her with a lightsaber, but he actually gets knocked out while she's chasing him. Which, of course, she uses the Force to knock him down, so he would still probably have questions after all this, like, something invisible grabbed me out of the air, and knocked me down. And then, why is all this shit in our house burn up? What happened here? Um, and I guess Brew and Uncle Owen just told him like, oh, some Tusken Raiders came in and shot up the place. Maybe I don't know. So Vader goes down to meet Obi-Wan and asks him, "Have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan?" I'm like, "Wait, no, you were the one who came to him. Why would you ask him that?" Okay. Obi-Wan, of course, gets into his classic stance that we've seen him do in the prequels. It says, "I will do what I must," and it says the same line, "I will do what I must," from Episode 3. Dramatic music plays. They could have used some, what is it? Not Anakin versus Obi-Wan. The track they used in Episode 3 when they started fighting. Uh, shit. Battle of the Heroes. Yeah. Vader says, "Then you will die." Suspenseful music plays. Cut back to Owen, and then he's like, "Go, go, go!" Lightsabers clashing. Darth Vader, your strength has returned, but the weakness still remains. And that is why you will always lose. Did you truly think that you could defeat me? You have failed, Master. Yeah, Vader fucking after they go to blows with their lightsabers for a little bit, the choreography is very clunky again. Like they could have used whoever did the choreography for the prequels on this, man, for real. They should have just got him back. But I guess they cheapened out. I don't know. So he's like, you have failed. He drops fucking rocks on him. Like, he collapses the damn ground and it's hollow in there. And then just the whole thing falls on Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's just barely holding it up with the Force. And Reva confronts Owen. She said, "You really love the boy like he's your own." He says, "He is my own." I was like, "Oh, that's a nice fucking line delivery." Like Joel Edgerton was giving his all, you know. He says, "What do you want?" And Reva says, "Justice." Like, how is this justice? You're going after this kid you don't know, you know, to try to get at Vader somehow. You don't even know how they're like connected. But did she just like leap to that conclusion somehow? Like, oh, that's gotta be Vader's son, right? Right? I don't know. Maybe. Baru, she's coming. So Owen gives away Baru's position. It's like, Baru, she's coming. So we're gonna make him an idiot. Go. Tense music plays. Groaning, shouting, straining. Anakin saying, "This is the end for you, my master. Admit you are beat." So, yeah. Kenobi's under the rubble. He's remembering all these lines from the prequels while Vader's saying, "You cannot run, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. You're my enemy. You should have killed me when you had the chance. I did not fear the dark side. I am what you made me." So all this is building up, all this tension, and then Vader's Obi-Wan has a flashes of Leia in his mind, and what's like it's like 5 flashes of Leia, 2 flashes of Luke. It's mostly Leia. This girl he just met, that he's just grown like very attached to, and he manages to pull himself out of the rubble. Just like he lifts all the rocks up, like he's an earthbender all of a sudden. We saw Ray do this in the Last Jedi, but even then I was like, nah. I don't know. Making him like way too OP, like a god. So then they get back to fighting, and Obi-Wan gets the better of him. He starts destroying his suit, like bit by bit, and then actually cracks his mask open, just like we saw in Rebels with Ahsoka. She did that to Vader, just on the other side of his mask. So they're kind of ripping themselves off here. Like we see some of that in this, and, and it's like Anakin is gone. I am what remains. So we hear some of Hayden Christen. We see Hayden's face through the mask, and we hear his voice mixed with the Vader voice, so it's like distorted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anakin, for all of it. So this part for me kind of got me because it's like you've seen these people, they were brothers once. They were best friends. Watching Clone Wars and everything, reading the comics, you know, I really got into their relationship, their friendship, and seeing it fall apart was heartbreaking. So, and the acting in this scene was really good. I just wish we had gotten more of it, but we got so little that's why people are like losing their minds. They're like, "Oh yeah, we got something good! Oh my god!" With a lot of shit surrounding it. Like, this could have used more rewrites, like way more. But Vader says, "I am not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. The same way I will destroy you. Then my friend is truly dead," Kenobi says. See, these lines I didn't mind. Like, this was pretty cool. He's like, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did." That's gonna be like at least that line will be iconic, because I don't know if we've ever heard him say that in any other media before. I don't know. But it was cool to hear Vader say that. Like, he takes full responsibility for his fall to the dark side. Like, he chose this path, and he knows it. Doesn't absolve Obi-Wan of, you know, failing him, of, training him, but it's still cool to see. Says, so Obi-Wan just says that my friend is truly dead. Goodbye, Darth. And he leaves him alive. So all the deaths in the future are going to be on Obi-Wan now. Same thing with, I mean, a lot of people say this, with Batman leaving Joker alive when Arkham Asylum is just a revolving door. Like, he captures Joker all the time, puts him back in there, and he escapes again, kills more people. He just keeps going about doing the same thing. So it's just an endless cycle of violence that Batman could probably prevent if he just cracked his neck, made him have a bloody accident. But that's what's interesting about Batman. Like, he won't kill, at least in most iterations. He will not kill, even the fucking psychotics. Vader's screaming, "Obi-Wan! Obi-Wan!" Vader, Obi-Wan leaves him. Which this still negates canon, this whole thing. See, they're trying to account for the line in A New Hope where Vader says, when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." So they're saying he was the learner at this point, but he wasn't the one who left Obi-Wan at this point. Obi-Wan left him there to die or to suffer. But Obi-Wan knows that the Star Destroyer is going to pick Vader up. Like, he's got a transport right over there. He can make it there, but Obi-Wan just leaves him. Oh, and Obi-Wan's little transport that came out of the that came out of the ship that those people were escaping in has a hyperdrive. Like, what the fuck? It has a hyperdrive. The whole reason that transport was still being chased by the Star Destroyers because their hyperdrive was disabled, but they had a ship within the ship with a hyperdrive that worked. So why couldn't they just use the parts from that hyperdrive to fix the other hyperdrive, or just convert one to the other? None of this makes sense. It's like the writers just forget shit, like they don't have any editors, like I said. They forget the continuity of their own show. So Obi-Wan hears, like he senses what's going on. Luke's in trouble. Okay, I gotta get to Tatooine like quick, fast, and in a hurry. So he just jumps to hyperspace. See, I still don't know how Reva got to Tatooine so fast, and we're gonna see Obi-Wan get to Tatooine even faster, like speed of light times 1,000. So, so Obi-Wan gets there like almost right away, and he gets there in time just to see Owen and Beru out there looking for Luke. They're like, Luke, Luke, Luke. He's like, so he comes out. He's like, where is he? Like, dude, what the fuck? How are they gonna know? They're the ones looking for him. Stupid. Oh my god. They're like, he's gone. I'll look in the dune sea. We'll search till we find him. Ben. Yeah, Ben takes off. Dramatic music plays. Reva pants. Chasing him. I'm wondering, has Luke looked back at all during this chase, like, and seen her lightsaber? Maybe. Because in A New Hope, it seemed like he had never seen a lightsaber before. But yeah, Luke gets knocked out. Reva has an opportunity to kill him. So this was just like the leaks that came out, all accurate. She's like, I couldn't do it. She's in tears. I couldn't do it. I failed them. He killed them all, and I couldn't do it. So she was just looking for revenge for the people that died in the temple by killing more people. No, right? By killing more Jedi. Like, all right. And Obi-Wan, they really fucked up his character, like, because man, the old Obi-Wan would have killed her at this point. She knows too much. They've been trying to keep these kids secret for so long, and somebody just comes out of nowhere and knows about them right away, and then even tries to kill one, and just by some grace of the Force decides not to kill him. He says, "You haven't failed them. By showing mercy, you have given them peace. You have honored them." I'm like, she could always flip flop back, and decide to kill him, kill you. She's like, "Have I become him?" No, he said, "You have chosen not to. Who you become now, that is up to you." I'm like, oh, fuck. Man, he's going to let her go. By the way, how's she still alive? I don't know. Reasons? But yeah, he's letting her go, man. This is how we get the Reva spinoff series that we've been hearing about. Fuck this shit. Wistful music plays. She sobs. He says, "Now you're free. We both are." I'm thinking, wait, free? No? No, you're still supposed to be looking after Luke. You're not free of anything. Dude, you still got a responsibility. Like, the real Obi-Wan, like, would be aware of this. Like, he wouldn't say something like that. Vader says, "The probes are tracking every system within range. We would destroy everything in our path until he is found." Okay, so if this was true, they probably would have taken Tatooine, right? Because Obi-Wan got to that fucking planet pretty fast. It must be within range. And Palpatine's just like, "You seem agitated, my friend." See, Vader's on a call with Palpatine. He's like, "You seem agitated." Usually, Palpatine would be the crazy one in this situation. Obi-Wan's like, Vader's like, "He will not evade me again."
I wonder if your thoughts are clear on this, Lord Vader. Perhaps your feelings for your old master have left you weakened. If your past cannot be overcome, Kenobi means nothing. I serve only you, my master.
And finally, we get a fucking track of Star Wars music for the first time in this series. The Imperial March starts playing, so we're supposed to believe this is where he actually does become Darth Vader. Fuck you, Lucasfilm. He became Darth Vader as soon as he knelt before Palpatine and took on the moniker. That's my headcanon. Or you could say he did when he got all his limbs chopped off and then got put in the suit. Maybe then. I don't know. It varies, but this is stupid. Kenobi means nothing. Yeah, right. He was obsessed with Kenobi in the damn EU comics. He was still chasing after him. Like, he wanted him dead because that's like the last trace of his humanity, basically, was Kenobi. He didn't know his kids were alive. Kenobi was the only thing left over from his old life, so far as he was concerned, you know. Anyway, we cut back to Alderaan. All right, let's go, young lady. We don't want to keep your. Is that a holster? I love it. Yeah, Bria sees the holster and she's like, I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we want to do. Teach our kids how to shoot. Right. You said there were many ways to lead. Looks like I was right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to want to change a few things. Leia's telling that to Bail Organa, her father who leads this planet. We're going to have to change a few things. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I'm thinking, we're going to get a Leia show, aren't we? Yeah. Y'all wanted to spin off Riva and Leia when y'all could have just done those to begin with instead of sticking them in the Obi-Wan show. The people might have still watched them. Like, Leia's one of my favorite characters. I would have watched it. But man, no, you had to go and do this bullshit. Bale's like, then let's change things together. So, what is it today? More cousins? She says, not exactly. And the ship comes in, and who do you think it is? Just guess. If you haven't seen this, just guess. It's fucking Obi-Wan. He's left Tatooine again. He's left Luke behind again to come and see Leia. Because Leia's more important than Luke. I don't know if you got that from the show. Like, she's the real hero of the saga. Like, Luke didn't do shit. He wasn't anything. Leia is the best. Says, we can never repay you. Well, she's already done that. He says, I missed you. I fear for her future. The Empire grows stronger and bolder. Well, if you ever need my help again, he tells him, you know where to find me. Let's hope that day never comes. So what do you do now? I don't know. What do you think I should do? He says, I don't know. Like, what have you been tasked to do for the last 10 years? Fuck. When they asked him, what do you do now? I don't know. You're supposed to be watching after Luke, you stupid son of a bitch. What do you think I should do? I think you should sleep, she tells him. And they both laugh. Okay, we got a little levity. I think you're right. Leia, when I said before that I didn't know your parents, Princess Leia Organa, you are wise, discerning, kind-hearted. These are qualities that came from your mother. But you are also passionate and fearless, forthright, and these are gifts from your father. Both were exceptional people who bore an exceptional daughter. I wish I could tell you more. It's okay, she said. You don't have to. It's like, would I ever see you again? Maybe. Someday. If you ever need help from a tired old man. I'm like, he's not even that old. Come on. But we must be careful. No one must know, or it could endanger us both. So that's their way of trying to say, okay, all this happened. But when she sends a message to Obi-Wan saying, "General Kenobi, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help you in his struggle against the Empire." That we're supposed to take that as her trying to skirt their relationship, like that Lucasfilm's established in this series, like they've met before, they've gone on these adventures, they're really close. But when she sends a message to Obi-Wan in A New Hope, it doesn't seem like she's ever met him before. It just seems like he's someone that her father knew that she was aware of, and knew that could help them, And then when Obi-Wan dies in the same movie, she's not really torn up about it. She's just consoling Luke. That's all that's happening. So then, shit. Then we go back to Tatooine. He's actually going back to Tatooine. I'm surprised. Like he remembers that he's got a task to do here. Owen's like, "What are you doing here? I thought you were going to keep your distance." Obi-Wan says, "And I will. You were right. He just needs to be a boy. The future will take care of itself." Like, what? Okay. Like, but didn't you say he needed to be trained? Like, I mean, sure, we know that he gets trained when he's like 19, but at the same time, he should be like preparing to train him. He said the only protection he needs now, Owen, is you and Baru. Yeah, right. Because they did so well against fucking Reva. This is so stupid. An Inquisitor found out about Luke and just came to kill. Only didn't kill him because she decided not to. She could have very well killed him. Owen and Baru weren't there. She got away from him. Obi-Wan wasn't there. He was off planet. Says, take good care of him. And they say, I will. Ben, you want to meet him? And then, yeah, Kenobi comes and meets Luke. I didn't have a problem with this. He says, hello there. And I'm sure everybody creamed their pants when that happened. Dramatic music plays. And then he's on his EOP. He's coming to, I guess it's Beggar's Canyon. One of those places. He's like, oh, Master Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon just shows up, like, randomly. Obi-Wan didn't have to use the Force or anything, meditate to make him appear. Qui-Gon just shows up. It's like, well, took you long enough. I'm like, wait, Qui-Gon wouldn't say that. That's way out of character for him. This just seems like a farce at this point. What are we doing? That line aside, he's beginning to think you'd never come. I was always here, Obi-Wan. You just were not ready to see. I'm like, fuck off with that. Man, he only wasn't ready to see because the writers deemed he wasn't ready until the very end of the fucking show. They just wanted to throw Qui-Gon in at the last minute. Just be like, hey, look, another cameo. Yeah, we got Palpatine and Qui-Gon in the last fucking episodes. How do you like me now? Like, man, fuck y'all. It's just like, Qui-Gon's like, come on, we've got a ways to go. Dramatic music plays, theme music plays, fade to black, credits. I'm just like, oh, come on, this was a waste of time. I've been wanting to rant about this fucking show for days. Like, every once in a while, I would talk to somebody about it at work, and then they just tune out because I could see I was getting red in the face. Because Obi-Wan's one of my favorite characters. Like, a lot of these are my favorite characters. Qui-Gon's awesome. Leia's awesome. Man, shit. And this just made me mad. Made me mad that Lucasfilm would do this, but I shouldn't have been surprised. I saw what they did with Boba Fett. And then Luke, of course, in Last Jedi. They've been trashing our favorite characters for years now. We shouldn't be surprised. I'm not. I haven't given them money since they fired Gina Carano. That was stupid. I watched. Yeah, I didn't pay for this. I'll just say that. But I'm not even watching this shit like on the high seas anymore. This is dumb. Like, like, I'm starting to think that Star Wars is dead. Like people are saying now, Star Wars is dead. Like, and I don't think they're really naysayers at this point. I think they're just telling the truth. Like all that's left mostly is like shills, Disney shills, and casual fans, or just people with bad taste. I don't know. I don't know how people could like this. Sure, we got some little snippets of good things in here, but it's undermined by the writing, the acting, the directing, uh, and just the farcical things like Kenobi hiding Leia under his coat. That was stupid as hell. And, and oh, I didn't even mention the damn electric fence, the laser fence that they tried to get past at a checkpoint that one time. And the fence is so small, and there's room on either side of the fence for them to just walk around. And Obi-Wan's just sitting there trying to get this fence off, trying to turn it off. I'm like, what the fuck? Because there's a wide shot of the fence and the surrounding area, and they could have easily walked around. Oh my god! He just shoots it. Man, I don't know. I think I've said all I'd have to say about this fucking series. It was stupid. Great to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, but not for this. Man, not for this. Shit, they could have done something way better. And then Hayden Christensen coming back, man, I feel bad for him because, man, I was ready to see him come back too as Vader. When I heard this was announced, I was super excited. That was years ago though. Before the dark times, before the Disney Empire. Before they went nuts. I don't know exactly when that was, but man, it's happened. Shit. I think I'm done. I've got it all out. I'm probably never going to talk about the show again. This is just going to be a write off for me. I'll if I ever want to visit this era again, I'll just read the novels. Like they're so much better than this trash. Goodbye.